Hello there everybody, and welcome to the first Let's Play of many of Pokemon Black version 2. Now, with the anticipation of, Pokemon X and Y coming out soon, I really wanted to do this, and really want to actually, try to finish this, and, because, I finished White version. I consider being beat the Pokemon League, and that's about it. That's where I consider, winning a game. I'm not that all much for, doing a complete Pokedex wipeout and all that stuff, so, that's so my playstyle. I'm not one to just try to catch everything I see. I want to assess a team and keep that team. I usually, by the Elite Four, I usually catch around maybe 20 to 30 Pokemon at most. We can actually get past that and everything, and we can start. I've not played these at all. I played the very beginning, so I know exactly, so I'm not wasting time in the start before we even get to Pokemon, because obviously people want to see Pokemon and battles and stuff, not just, me just, oh, where is this, where is that? But we can start our journey now, which, I'm actually, I guess I'll inform you things as I go on. I'm not gonna spoil anything the second this starts. Juniper. Is Juniper a tree? Because I think it's a tree, because everything has been tree, like oak, elm, birch. People are curious of what the next professor will be. Are you a boy or a girl? That's always the best question to start off in any situation. Are you a boy or are you a girl? Obviously, I'm gonna go with boy, because I am one. It'd be pretty dumb if I didn't. Though I've went with a girl, I think, a couple of versions ago. Just, see if anything was different. Not really. I'm gonna go with, the username. Spell it with, oops, my name is not Shig. It has no G in it. Do the proper capital. I don't know why I have a capital T. I've always had it. On every username, every nickname, everything, I've always had the capital T. I think it looks nice. Yes, name is Shots, but Rival, I think, is gonna have a name from the other games I mainly play, which is Dota. I'm gonna give him a Dota name. So I'm probably gonna go with, what Dota name could I go with? I think I'm just gonna go with Sven. It's an easy, short name. Oop. Sven. Also, my keys do get, my arrow keys, since I do not use them very often, might stick every once in a while, because they never get used, and I think I spilt something on them a while ago, and no, it was not, sexual fluids. I think I just, spilt, pop on it, on my keyboard once, and since I never used the arrow keys, I never bothered to actually clean them. So, they stick every once in a blue moon, but I haven't had that many problems with them since I've been testing this all out. So, from what I've known, and I watched a few Let's Plays just to get things sorted to figure out what the whole game is bringing. This is a game that brings all the different generations, or at least most of them, into the same game. Which is pretty nice. And the scenery, is just looking at stuff like this makes me look back at, the first game I played, which was Pokemon Red. And, realize how different things have gotten from way, way, way back then. I went from Pokemon Red to Blue to Yellow to Silver, Gold, Ruby, Sapphire. Then I stopped playing for a really long time. I think I stuck to Ruby for a while, because I really enjoyed that generation and that game. And stopped playing for many, many years. I think I probably went back to Silver for a little while. Yeah, and I think then I just went to Platinum and then to White from there. I never really got to play Pearl or Diamond that much. Let's get through all this fast enough, because everybody knows it's just basically the starting thing that you've seen in every Pokemon game is, oh, do you know how to use a Pokedex? Do you want one? Here, take this. All that jazz. It's just, like, when I first watched this, I was like, why am I not the main person? And, like, it weirded me out, and I was like, okay, there I am. And my guy has, my sprite, I would say, has some hat hair. So that's always different. Do you want to have Pokemon yet? What if you say no? What if you say, I don't want a Pokemon? Does the game just end? Or, like, what if you don't want a Pokedex? Or if you don't want things? Then, what do? You just, like, go off on a adventure of something different? I've never said anything else. Like in all the starter things, like, oh, do you want this Pokemon? No? Oh, well, this is gonna be a slow game for you. Whew. Okay, this is Sven and Sven's sister, which I don't know why she doesn't have a name, but, like, you could introduce her as, like, Sven's sister named this, and then you don't have to just know her as Sven's sister for the rest of the time. I don't know if she comes back in the game more than, like, the first, like, 10 minutes, but I don't know why it does just be called Sven's sister. One thing I really did like about the last game I played, which was Soul Silver, other than White, because I own White and Platinum, but the last game I played that I hadn't owned was Soul Silver, and I liked the fact that you got to actually walk around with your Pokemon. Oop. I had to watch a Let's Play to figure out where this was, because I didn't want to be walking aimlessly around a town. And now that I get to the picking Pokemon spot, you'll see that I'm not going to go with my favorite starter, because my favorite starter is Oshawott, and I've played Oshawott as a starter, and I know it's pretty simple to start with the water type, but I'm not going to go with the water type because that's the one I've started with on White. So I would rather start with something I haven't experienced. I like this girl's outfit, by the way. It's totally stupid, but it's green, and I wish like you could customize your character more. I think that'd be pretty cool. So, I think I'm going to, like, everybody wants to start as Tepig because he's a fire type. Everybody wants to start with the fire type. I normally would love to start with Oshawott because that's my favorite starter of all time. That in Piplup. But I'm gonna go with Tepig because I've never seen anyone actually pick Tepig. Because I always pick Oshawott. I've seen a lot of people pick Snivy. I'm gonna go with Tepig. Actually, when I was younger, I actually never started with the fire type. I usually always was picking the water type. I got Blastoise on my first game. Second game, I think I went with the fire type, and then third game I went with the fire type. Yeah, because Typhlosion, and then went to Blaziken. Yeah, I went with the fire type actually a lot when I was younger, except for not the first game. I wanted Blastoise. No, I'm not gonna. Can I go just not? That just... Yeah, I'm not gonna get... I'm not one for nicknaming Pokemon. I like the fact that their name changes when you evolve them. So, I thought I'd keep it with the generic name. If you hear anything in the background, by the way, it would be my roommates being slightly loud. But it's getting late at the... Oop. Okay, I gotta... Sometimes I misclick and I hit it one more time. It's... okay. Going on like 10 minutes of just the intro. So this first episode is gonna be rather boring. It's just more of an insight of how many games I've played, what I've done in previous games. And getting out the start, I guess. Pokemon's really, like, it's first, a little while it died out with me. Like, I was a really big fan of it as a kid, games and cards alike. And then, after I lost my Ruby version, or it was stolen, I wasn't really sure. I just kind of gave up on doing Pokemon stuff for a really long time. Oh, reminds me, I've also never done Fire Red or Leaf Green. Because I remember that, I just kind of remembered, oh yeah, those were a thing for a little while. That, Soul Silver, and, you know, like, Heart Gold. I never played. I played Soul Silver on emulator. Oh, right, yeah. I have to... Okay, I actually, during my test run of this, to find everything, while we go out, I lost this battle, which I didn't know was possible. Like, I didn't know you could actually lose the beginning battle. I think it just, like, forces you to not level up as early, which is no really big deal. I've actually been looking at a lot of Pokemon Reddit stuff. Like, the way to actually win this is if Oshawott does, like, Tail Whip once. And, yeah, then you pretty much have won, because he's one thing behind you, and then you pretty much can win. But I've done a lot of things on, you know, how to train Pokemon and make them stronger for the end and all that stuff. I'm not all that much for, like, doing soft resets to get better Pokemon, like to get shiny starters, or anything like a better mood for your Pokemon or something like that. I'm not much for that. I don't even know how to do a soft reset, to be honest with you. But I'm hoping to, you know, get a few certain goals in Pokemon with this game. I know EVs are possible, so I'd love to get an EV. And not go with Pokemon I've typically picked in the past in these games. So, no, I'm not even sure if you can get them that early, but no Seismitoad. Whatever Lillipup, the third evolution of Lillipup, which I can't remember off the top of my head. Not picking him because that's the one I picked up as my side Pokemon on my white version. And he really falls off, like, I don't know, a couple gyms in. So I basically stuck with Seismitoad as my main Pokemon because I traditionally drop my first starter. Usually when the starter evolves once, I usually drop him and move on to trading other things. I hate trading just one Pokemon, but with this I've never seen anybody get further than Tepig. So I think I'm going to actually keep him in my party as my fire type. And then traditionally you want to go with one of each type. Not every type, but, you know, one water, one electric, one ghost/psychic, one rock/ground, and then not really sure what theirs from there. Like, one ice is pretty good. Oh, I should probably oh no, it already does it for you. Okay, cool. I'm really happy that they give you running shoes, like, in the intro of this game versus it being in the, like, later. Because that would be... I wouldn't have fun with that. Just walking so slowly. It gets super, super annoying. But I was told by a Let's Play to get Tepig up to level 8 before I try to fight my rival again. Or whoever I fight, I can't remember, but I know he said get up to level 8 before I try to fight Oshawott again. Let's go run. And also how nice this chick is. I got to basically around this point where when I stopped playing just to make sure I started everything off and I start my journey fast and not waste a bunch of time. Wait, oh, gotta always check the trash cans. There's rarely anything in them, but you never know. Oh, she's gonna teach me how to catch a Pokemon, right. I haven't played since, like, the 90s. I obviously have no idea how to throw a Pokeball at something that's weak. It's one of the things where I'm not sure if it was in any of the previous games, but if it was, I would have been really happy. The fact that you could skip starting, like skip the whole intro, skip not, it just kind of, it would be really nice if a game offered the opportunity to just give you a Pokedex and Pokeballs and all that stuff, and just give you your Pokemon and just go. Not have to spend 15 minutes on an intro. Because I'm noticing it's about 15 minutes in, which, also, just letting you guys know, it's probably going to be the end of the first episode. Every episode I want to bring out is around 15 to 18 minutes. So I'm gonna get all this intro stuff out of the way. It'll probably be at the end of episode 1. We'll go on from there. Oh, she got a Purloin. That's one Pokemon I would never get. Purloin or Patrat. I'm not a fan of the super simple like beginners. Pidove, on the other hand, I would totally get, but I want to get something that I haven't typically gotten before, and I always have gotten Pidove when I've redone anything. Run! Yeah, like I'd never get Patrat. It's basically the Rattata of this area, and I don't like its evolution, and I don't think it's that strong. So I see no point in trying to get it. Yeah, I'll get up to level 7 from this. Unless Patrat's a good, Oh wait, actually, yeah, there's no HM slaves in these games. There's no HMs in the newer thing, which I personally think is cool. Yay, Ember.